There we go. Did we just become best friends? I am, by the way, the Frog King. Here's all my NFTs I've got right now. We got my Bored Ape. Here's my new Bored Ape. His name is Ronald for obvious reasons, right? His name is Ronald. We love Ronald. Journey Crypto told me he was just about to buy that one when I got it. We got my Pudgy Penguin, or as my son calls it, the biggest of all birds. We got our Crypto Skulls. You guys know we have our Crypto Skulls. We have Sappy Seal. Love our Sappy Seal. We have our Kid Called Beast. I like this one too, pretty good. I like the Kid Called Beast ones. I think they're cool. I like them. So we have this one. They tell me NFTs are dead. Well, not if you're rich. So there you go. And then let's see. We got our Campai Panda. We love this one too. This one's cool. You like that one?
Yeah.
We're gonna try to go to that Campai Bitcoin party, and those are all my best ones. And we have our Mutant Ape. But we're actually selling our Mutant Ape. We're gonna get out of the Bunny Club, and we're gonna get the Mutant Ape in the two variations of the one that matches our Bored Ape. Pepe, up 40%, up 217% in a week. I got in Pepe I'll show you where I got in Pepe at. Let's go to all time. And guys, I want you to understand, this was not me having some kind of secret information. All this was me watching Twitter. I watched Twitter. I felt the sentiment. The same sentiment I felt with other coins and other NFT projects I didn't get in. I said, screw it. This time I'm going to get in. I got in on the 17th, right there. Show that. All the way on the left side. That's where I got in at. So it went up, then it crashed down a little bit, and then you can see what it's done. And it just had a big crash ever since I sold mine at probably about 10 o'clock this morning, maybe 9 o'clock, maybe. But it's only to reaccumulate.
This hoodie is, I'm mad that we didn't think of this hoodie first.
I thought it. Everything you see on this channel is my idea, including Frank. Thank you. Elizabeth Warren is pushing de facto ban on crypto in the U.S., says Blockchain Associates' Jake Chervinsky. Well, listen here, ho. We're coming for you today. I made a video about her today. It's going to be out on Wednesday. You guys are going to see what a lying fraud broad this banking broad is. She's horrible. She's lied about so much. Did you know her name's not even Elizabeth Warren?
No, that's good.
Did you know she's not? It's not her birth name either.
Wow.
She ran away from college, married a guy, popped out 2 kids, and then got divorced. And his last name is Warren. It's like 1 or 2 years, and that's what she goes by. Which she made a bunch of books under that name in that period. That's why she didn't change it. But did you know that her book is plagiarized? Completely. She stole it from a newspaper. It's a cooking book. She stole a bunch of her recipes from a newspaper.
Wow.
This is the most corrupt person in Washington, D.C. outside of Gary Gensler, who is her boyfriend.
That's saying a lot.
It's her boyfriend. Thank you to Steak, our sponsor. We love steak. So the thing I would look for here on Pepe is it's a 530 market cap. And look at Shiba, it's like an 11x from here. So that's absolutely massive. Dogecoin, obviously, twice that. So, like, wait for a pullback. I believe we're going to get a pullback back to the previous all-time high. So if you come back here and you look, here's my plan.
So you think strongly Pepe is the meme coin?
I do.
Through 24, 25.
Because I told people, I said, I was not lucky. People say, you got so lucky with this coin. I wasn't lucky. I read the tea leaves. Yeah. I read the sentiment. It's different than these other coins.
Well, and you took a couple shots too on a couple. I mean, you got burned on Gensler. You know,
I got burned on Gensler.
Could have been Gensler, and you took a couple shots and you hit.
Exactly. So I would look for it probably to come back here, maybe. about that's an 80% drop. And I don't doubt it'll happen.
Yeah.
I think it might. So you guys be ready to hold on to your butts, as the guy said in Jurassic Park. Hold on to your butts. We're probably going to get a massive drop. I'm not going to short it because I feel like it would probably be wrong for me to short it after I've been so pro Pepe. And plus it's a little bit harder to do on BitGet now. So those in combination, I'm just going to lay off shorting it. Made $4,000 on Ada short about too long. So I thought I'd stop by and support the channel. Love y'all. Thank you, Sebastian. If you're supporting me, why'd you tell me to go get a therapist?
There's nothing terrible about. I mean, maybe he just thinks that's a good thing. Maybe he's going through some really good therapy.
I do some counseling sometimes. Yeah, sure.
I'm pro therapy.
I'm pro therapy. Like, I just want, what did I say today that triggered that? That's all I want to know.
I'm just saying,
all right, Sebastian, I'm sorry. When I attack somebody, if they apologize or they clarify, I like to say I'm sorry. So I'm sorry for getting on you hard.
Getting on you hard. Ooh.
Well, now we're back to talking about never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe that's what.
So when you look at the all-time chart, it's hard to look at this and try to find another. Well, I guess you get it here maybe.
Or even the bottom of that.
Definitely come back here or here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
I would say here. This would be like a 40% pullback. That would be pretty good, I think. Yeah. You know what's weird is why when you click 1 year and you click max, it's different. When it's weird. The same amount of time, it's only been around for 2 weeks.
That's bizarre.
Isn't that bizarre?
It made sense in January and May. It doesn't make as much sense.
Yeah. Okay. So anyways, so now this gives us a few more price points to look at. Like here, a 20% pullback. Here, a 30 to 40% pullback, somewhere around there. So, okay. All right. Moving on.
Yo Kids Yo was asking where you get the information for this kind of stuff. It's all on Twitter, guys.
Just follow Twitter. Listen, the education in crypto happens on YouTube. And that's why a lot of people on Twitter don't like me, because I'm the most popular education person, at least in America here, for educating people on crypto. We have a book, we have an academy, we do the whole 9 yards, right? That's all we care about is getting educated people on crypto. That's why I want to do Donald Trump. I want to educate Donald Trump on Bitcoin. And I think it's going to happen. I think that's going to happen. I really do believe that. You guys can see I'm pretty close. I'm one person removed from getting in front of Trump, and that's what I want. See, this pisses me off. He reacted negatively to a story of a trader who allegedly turned a $3,000 Pepe investment into millions of dollars, a story making the rounds online. This is why people can't stand you, sir. This is why people can't stand Pomp. This is why people can't stand you. This is why people can't stand Corey Clipston. Corey Clipston made all of his money on ICOs in 2017. Did you know that?
I did.
He made all of his money on ICOs in 2017. And then you know what he did? He became a millionaire and he said, now I want to just go Bitcoin. That's what these idiots do. And they don't want to afford you the same slack of a rope that they had themselves, right? So Corey Clipston's allowed to go on this altcoin journey and make money and then switch to Bitcoin. It's okay, but you're not. It's the continuation of the elitist mindset. You will find guys like him and Max Kaiser constantly bashing people who made money with altcoins and praising people who lost money with altcoins. They love it when you lose money with an altcoin. They want you to be poor. They don't want you to get where they're at, because that way their Bitcoin citadel gets filled up with too many people. Just like the guy who was, the guy George, I didn't know his last name, that I did the interview with last year for Bitcoin Magazine, or maybe it was 2 years ago, where he said he would literally rather accept Nazis who like Bitcoin than people that don't. And it's like, what is wrong with your brain? And these guys are all the same. Every single one of them. You shouldn't be in these coins for a long time, right? You should do exactly what I do. When you made a lot of money, get out of it. Either wait to reaccumulate or figure out where you're going to put that stuff. These are not long-term holds, guys. Pepe's not going to change the world. Shiba's not going to change the world. Dogecoin's not going to change the world. None of those are long-term holds. You hold them as long as you can make money and you get out. It's a whole different mindset. And I'm learning it. This is me learning this Memecoin mindset because it's different than regular investors. It's a casino to them. It's just like a casino. It's like when I got up to 380K on stake, I had the chance to cash out and I didn't. And I went down to like 260K, 280K, and I cashed out almost all of it. If I would have kept going, I would have lost it all. That's how it happens. You got to have a point where you say, I'm out. If you have that mindset with meme coins, I'm not going to say you're going to win because you might pick the wrong coins, but you at least have a chance. We try to hold these coins and you buy into this whole diamond hand narrative, I'm going to hold it no matter what. You're going to lose. You're always going to lose with these coins doing that because they don't serve a purpose. With Ethereum, you look with Cardano, with XRP, you look at what they're doing and you say, oh, they're doing big things down the road. It's going to be worth more. That's not the case with meme coins. Render token, Casper, injected protocol. I heard this one was ripping. ICP running again. So there we go. Looks good. And here's your Elron, your eGold, multiverse, 6.75%. Okay, so a couple things moving up this week. Not really. I think we could see some big moves this week, later on in the week after the FOMC meeting. We'll see what happens. Let's see what they have here as the tops. Pepe, up 40%, up 217% in a week. I got in Pepe I'll show you where I got in Pepe at. Let's go to all time. And guys, I want you to understand, this was not me having some kind of secret information. All this was me watching Twitter. I watched Twitter. I felt the sentiment. The same sentiment I felt with other coins and other NFT projects I didn't get in. I said, screw it. This time I'm going to get in. I got in on the 17th, right there. Show that. All the way on the left side. They get a stake for sponsoring the XRP moment we have every single day. Sponsoring the XRP segment. They are our partner and a great winner. We love stake for sure. I did wear a stake tie to my hearing.
To your court hearing, yeah.
Yeah. So in the transcripts, which hopefully my lawyer says I can't release them. Somebody else is going to have to do it. It drives me crazy because I want to so bad. He's like really being a stickler on it. Because I said stuff under oath. And I'm like, well, nothing I said's untrue. And he's like, well, it can incriminate you. I'm like, you can't incriminate the truth. But whatever. I digress. I think they're still trying to figure out if I'm telling the truth or not, I think. I guess. I don't know. I guess they don't know me, but whatever. But the lawyer on the other side, he says sponsored by Stake for me, so I didn't have to. So it was amazing. But anyways,
the other side, the attorney for them?
Yeah, because he said, this morning, Your Honor, he even said he was excited like a kid on Christmas for this hearing. He's excited for this hearing. And he said it was sponsored by Stake. And he said, and today, Your Honor, he's even wearing a tie that says Stake. Let's throw the X up. We don't only throw the Stake up, we throw the X up as well. We support the XRP army. I did, by the way, in my Donald Trump Jr. interview, you guys will see tonight, I really talked about Ripple. I didn't talk about any one topic a ton, but I definitely did mention all the coins that we love. I mentioned ICP, I mentioned ADA, mentioned Ethereum, mentioned Algo, HBAR. I can't remember if I mentioned Polygon or not, but all the ones we love, and I certainly represented the XRP army for sure.
I'm grabbing
so, actually, how much XRP do you think is enough for this cycle? We're doing a video on that right now.
Oh, okay.
We're going to do a video on that. So we won't answer that question, but it'll be very soon. You'll see.